Hey, good morning. The best way to spread Christmas cheer or any kind of cheer at that matter is, we're going to fill in the blanks this morning. Hey, good morning. It is me, Tiffany, coming to you live from West Coast, California. Yes, it is Christmas Eve, but I like to stay consistent with my videos. I do not know if I'm going to bring one tomorrow because it is a family day, and who knows? You never know. Never know what inspiring word I might need to come on and share. Yeah, let's talk about cheer. Let's talk about cheerful attitudes. Let's talk about, Laurel, how are ya? Let's talk about how we respond to people. Let's talk about how we show appreciation to others. Let's talk about how we show cheer and joy. Let's talk about, regardless of what's going on in our lives, how are we treating other people? So, I know we've all seen the Christmas movie Elf, right? And the famous quote is, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is, what? Singing loud for all to hear. Yes, that's great. And we're talking about singing because I had posted earlier about a new song being sung. Because I believe so many of us are agreeing with and singing the same old negative song that is like agreeing with all things chaotic, instead of singing a new song as in joy, as in peace, as in praise, as in the great, the good, the worthy, the beautiful, the valuable, the loving. Instead, we're all focused on our own stuff. We can't see past the edge of our noses. And so far today, okay, I already got sucked into seeing those videos. While I talk, I'm going to just invite some people. I already got sucked into seeing, all those heartfelt videos. So you click on one and then there's like a whole lengthy list of videos from the Ellen DeGeneres show to dogs and cats and cute things and kids and people singing and, all this stuff. And then, so I already got sucked into that after my quiet time this morning. I look forward to mornings because it is my time to get in the presence of God, and it is my time to drink my Spark. Everyone else has their stuff, coffee, tea, whatever, but I like Spark. And, get into the Word, because the Word is the Word is what? It is our daily bread. And it is getting in God's presence that things change, things happen for the better, for the good, and your entire day can go much better when that happens. So, let's see. So, as I was saying, I already got sucked into those heartfelt videos, and, oops, did I bring someone? No. Okay. Hey, Titus, how's it going? And then, all of a sudden, I'm on just scrolling real quick through Facebook before I decided to do a video about how people hate people. And it's like, really? Like, I don't want to see that in my newsfeed, so I'm gonna have to go back through my friends list and say, you want negative, toxic stuff? I don't want to be a part of that. But one of the best ways to spread Christmas cheer is what? And this is going to be an active video. So that means I want you who's watching to post in the comments. Yes, start commenting. What is the best way to spread Christmas cheer? I'm going to wait for you all to do that while I drink my tea. And Isaac, how's it going? One of the best ways to spread Christmas cheer and beyond. We're not just going to focus on Christmas because too many people get so wrapped up in like all the holiday, the cookies and all that stuff. But let's focus on cheer, on joy, putting a new song in our mouths. Not one that's negative. Not one that's, filled with hate and self-hate, self-pity, lack. No, what are we agreeing with? Hugs. Yes, hugs. Hugs are an amazing thing. So fact, statistics say that I think it's about a good 30-second hug is something that can release like tension and stuff and cause people to, now 30 seconds to me is a little long, but a hug can do good. So being that, hey, Miss Kelly, Bob, how's it going? We have funny nicknames for each other. Anyway, Yeah, so the best way to spread any kind of cheer is it could be a hug, it can be in singing, it could be in baking, it could be the gift and talent that God has given you, right, to give to other people. Your gifts and talents are not for you to hoard to yourself, by the way, FYI. They are for someone else because someone out there is waiting for you to step up and rise up in your gift. Hey, Karen, how's it going? Someone out there is waiting for you to step out and rise up in the gift and calling that you have been called to and that you were created to do. Someone is out there waiting. Who hasn't met you yet? Who's waiting for you? Why? Because they've been praying. That was for someone today. Anyway, so let's talk about, I've been posting lately about responses and how we respond to other people. And I believe this ties in with today's video because guess what? A lot of how we respond is one way to spread cheer, right? Right? One way to spread cheer is how we respond to other people. I posted and I may do another lengthier video on this, but I posted something, and it wasn't even a question, it wasn't even a riddle. It was how we respond. I forget what it said, but paraphrasing, how we respond is key to how to when other people react a certain way. So when other people, basically, when other people want to start an argument, it's how you respond. When other people are sitting there getting rude, nasty, and angry with you, it's how you respond. When other people are being rude and sarcastic, it's how you respond. You can respond like them and show your, we all mess up in this. I do too. We can respond exactly the way they are, or we can find a different way to respond that will bring life and love so they can't try to pinpoint something on you that was never about you to begin with. So if someone's going to choose to have a bad day, you don't have to respond to that, or you can, just be yourself. Spread some cheer, right? Spread some cheer. What are some other ways that we can spread cheer? Not only for Christmas, but cheer every day. What is another way? Another way is to find something that maybe you love to do and do that. It could be encouraging others. It could be singing. Maybe you are gifted in singing. If not, who cares? Sing a new song. You're not on an American Idol. If you're gift and talent, send someone a text or a phone call. Right now, I'm not really talking on the phone, so I'm, and this is the time of year, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So please, I'm not the Grinch. Don't hear what I'm not saying. Sometimes I don't want to call everyone and say Merry Christmas and do all the messaging thing across Facebook. This is the time of year. Every holiday is when people send those like chain messages through Facebook. Don't send me those. I don't like them. I really don't. Send to 10 people now and God's going to bless you. God's going to give you $1,000 in your bank account. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. Don't send me that garbage. And, you know what? Yeah. So be intentional with your messages, meaning don't send chain messages. Don't send them to me. But, text some people. Say, hey, how's it going? I was just thinking about you. I'm grateful for you. You're worthy of having an amazing day. And watch the responses that come in. So be intentional. Spread cheer that way. Another way to spread cheer is smiling. Yes, this thing right here that people use to tear down and bash and chop people to bits with their hacksaw and chainsaw, known as a tongue. A rudder that actually guides our lives. It's in the Bible. Go read it. Book of James. It directs our steps, which is why people stay where they're at, because of what they keep saying. So, how they speak. But smiling changes the atmosphere. As my coach and mentor has taught me, smiling changes the room. It does. People aren't used to getting smiles these days. So that's one way to spread cheer. Another is to post. So here's the thing, and I have to say this. Social media. A lot of people have used social media to be extremely negative and derogatory and hateful, hurtful, bitter, angry, anxious, frustrated, and everything else that comes along with that, okay? But social media is meant to be a light. It is meant to be a life giver. It is meant to throw people a raft and say, here you go, a life jacket. If you want to stay negative and you want to be bitter and all that stuff, don't friend request me. That I gotta go back through my wall and say I'm sorry, but I can't handle your negativity at all. Like, off you go. So, and a lot of people don't understand why people don't want that on their wall. But come on, really, put it this way. Would you like to see things that are defeating you? Would you like to see things that suck the very life out of you? Or do you want to see things that are going to encourage you and challenge you and help change you? I take the second one. So I just wanted to get on here real quick and just share from my heart how to spread some cheer. And Christmas cheer, it's not about, and I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers, and that's fine if you go unfriend me. I don't care. Lucero, how's it going? If you want to get mad and angry and, let your ego, whatever, I don't care. That's fine. But the reason I'm saying that is what I'm about to say. So Christmas is really, truly not about all the hoopla about going to stores and all that stuff. It's about a gift. It's about the one gift that we were given. And I know his birthday is not on exactly Christmas Day, but that's the day everyone has started celebrating. But one true gift of salvation. That's what Christmas is about. It's about finding ways to meet other people's needs. It's about going above ourselves and our situation. And it's finding those that don't have anything, and it's finding people. We can do this throughout the year too, but Christmas, a lot of people will use that as a reason or to do something nice, which is fine. I'm not bashing that. Hey Christina, how are you? And but Christmas is truly not about presents. It's not about even the fact of getting a Christmas tree. It's not about the ornaments. It's not about tradition. It is about having a time of year that, Merry Christmas to you. It's a time of year to show, we can show love every year, but it's a time to reach out to others who may be having a really difficult time. It's a time to look beyond our noses and stop posting ridiculous, hateful, hurtful comments on social media. It's a time to stop being negative. Christmas is a time to be a blessing. We are blessed to be a blessing. There are people this year, all year, who don't have nothing. People who have a hard time on the holidays because either they've been, they have tough times with their families. Maybe they've lost people. Maybe they're single. Maybe they've don't have kids and they've wanted kids. But whatever the case is, another way to spread Christmas cheer, or cheer, as I said in my title, is to find someone that is in need and go and bless their socks off. Every year I've tried to find a family who doesn't have anything, and whether or not it's not my job to judge their circumstances or whatever. It's my job to bless other people. God has blessed me so that I can bless other people. This year, I'm just grateful that my daughter is alive and we didn't lose her, and that by the grace of God, she's walking, talking, breathing, and she's due in about 3.5 weeks. So that's what I'm grateful for. But this year, just bless someone's socks off. Go pay for a cup of coffee for someone that, go up to someone you don't even know. I challenge you to do this, and it blesses them more so than you know. In fact, what I'm about to tell you, you could actually save their life. I've heard stories, I've read stories, I've watched them, where people were on their way to go off themselves, okay? It's putting it mildly. And they've said that when someone smiled at them in their car because they were standing on the corner to go off themselves, they didn't, because someone smiled at them. You never know what your blessing could do for someone else. It could be in the form of a smile. Thank you, Isaac. It could be in the form of a high five. Say, you're awesome, you're amazing. Could be in the form of telling someone that you like their outfit. Because it's not about you. It's that they took the time to put whatever they put on. And if they have a cool, funky hairdo that even if you don't like, compliment them. Compliment them on their smile. Compliment them on their makeup. Compliment them on their hair. Compliment them on their jewelry. Compliment people on their shoes. Compliment people if they're doing a great job in customer service. Compliment people and say, hey, edify them. Tell them, hey, you are excellent in customer service. You are doing a great job. Thank you. You're going to be amazed. The saying, what you give out is what you get back, is so true. Why? I practice this on a regular basis. I'm not kidding. I smile at people. I compliment people on everything. If I see something, jewelry, makeup, hair, shoes, if they are doing a great job in customer service, I tell them. Why? Because nobody else is. My coach and mentor says this. Find out what everybody else is doing and do the exact opposite. Those words will change your life and someone else's life who watches this video today. So as my Christmas gift to you, I don't have much to give. As one of the apostles said to the guy sitting, silver and gold have I none, but in the name of Jesus Christ, get up and walk. Sometimes you have to say that to people. You could be that lifeline. You could be the person that says, hey, you, the people that like to sit and wallow in their self-pity and depression and blame everyone else for their abandonment issues and everything else. You say, pick up your mat and walk. Rise up. You know, when Jesus talked to the guy that sat at the pool for a long time, like all of his life, when Jesus asked him, what do you want to be healed? The guy didn't automatically say yes. He used the excuse of, well, Jesus, every time I go to get in the pool, someone else does and they get the healing first. And it's like, well, so Jesus was like, that's not what I asked you. So what would Jesus do? He wouldn't sit there and wallow with you. He wouldn't sit there and go get your Ben & Jerry's ice cream and wallow with you. I'm not saying don't do that for someone, because I'll share a story with you about Ben & Jerry's ice cream. But what happens is, he told the guy, he's like, if you wish to be healed, pick up your mat and walk. He didn't say if you wish to be healed, but in layman's terms, that's what he was saying to the guy. He told the guy, pick up your mat and walk. The guy picked up his mat and he walked. Why? Because Jesus didn't sit there and say, oh, poor you, I pity you. Oh, I'm so sorry that you can't get in the pool and other people are taking your healing. No. People do that now when they complain or they take their crap out on you, and they try to make you feel like you are to blame for their issues and circumstances. Hey, Monica, and like you are at fault, and they try to find every way they can to blame you and make you feel bad. But here's the thing. There are going to be times, and this is where I need to clarify, there are going to be times where people do need a Ben & Jerry's ice cream because maybe they're having a tough day. I'm not saying to go around and tell people, everyone who's having a bad day or whatever, pick up your mat and walk. No, it's the ones that choose to sit and complain about everything. Those are the ones you look at and say, really? You know what? You need to pick up your mat and walk. You need to get going. Go and find the thing that is going to help you get out of your circumstances. People who complain never want solutions, but today is your day. Maybe that could be a way to spread cheer. Someone is looking for a solution. Someone out there is looking for a solution, and you might be the very person that they find that solution from. So that is one way to spread Christmas cheer. So I had a friend that was going through a tough time, and I asked her what her favorite ice cream was, and so she said something like coffee ice cream, and she liked to put a little peanut butter in it. So I like to bless people, and so I decided to go to the store, get her own little Ben & Jerry's ice cream with a little jar of peanut butter. And I think I threw in an Oprah magazine. I didn't even know if she liked Oprah, but I'm like, oh well. Read about it anyways. And so, you know, it really wasn't the fact of how much did I spend on my friend and all that stuff. It was the fact of she was going through a tough time, and I knew she needed something to lift her spirits. And sometimes you just got to get past the edge of our nose We have to get past the edge of our nose and our ego, and we just have to say, hey, how can I bless you today? What can I do for you today? How can I serve you today, regardless of what we're going through, regardless of how we feel, and regardless of what is going on in our lives? So, that I had to share this from my heart today, because I am seeing a lot of things out there. It's a lot of tough times, and man, let me tell you, over the last few months, man, I have had some really tough times with just people just cutting me down, and people not spreading Christmas cheer. People, like, yeah. So, it's not fun, but find a way to spread some cheer today. Don't just leave it at every Christmas, but every day. Extend it. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And then to say this too. God is going to give us a new song to put in our mouths. Too many of us have been singing old songs that we've agreed with, like our detrimental circumstances and everything else. It's time to stop. It's time to stop rehearsing all that stuff. And it's time to start singing the praises of what He's done, how good He is. Singing the praises of how He's blessed you. That's what we have to do. And the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud to God about all the stuff He's done for you. Singing to the world. That's what His Word says. And I read that in His Word today. Every scripture I came across talked about belief and new song. And then I looked up on Google new song scriptures. And I looked up a few, and then I got sidetracked with videos on Facebook. But I had spent a lot of time in my quiet time this morning already. But that's what we are instructed to do. Singing a new song is singing the praises, not singing about our depression, not rehearsing about our ailments. Come on. Not rehearsing about all the bad stuff that's happened to us, like all the stuff that happened to you in your past when you were 5. Share your story. Yes, you have a testimonial, but don't sit there. Know what I'm saying? We all have a testimonial and a story. What I'm saying is don't sit there. Don't sit in your pit. In Psalms 40, it says, He takes us out of the miry clay. He takes us out of the pit, and He sets our feet on a rock. That's what His Word says. And He puts a new song in our mouth. Then it goes on to say all these other things that He does. It's like, really, so the new song is praises. The new song is victory. The new song is joy, regardless of how we feel. That is another way to spread Christmas cheer, because it's catchy. People are going to catch on. And those who don't, well, we will still be singing loud to hear, and they will be singing loud to hear from their house. They'll be singing a different song, but we will not be joining them. We can throw them some cheese. They can play with their wine. We don't want any part of that. I don't. I purposely choose to not engage with negativity. I don't. So if you want to be negative, stay in your car, okay? Don't even come near my house. Yeah. I love ya. I love ya. Love ya, as Elf says, but don't come near my house. Yes, that's right, Isaac. Spread the cheer, bring the joy into other people's lives. That's right. That's right. Be a joy giver. So, that being said, however, sometimes God will bring negative people in your life so that you can bless them, because a blessing is about to come your way. I heard a story from, I don't know if you listen to Real Talk Kim. She's Kim Jones-Paw here. Anyway, she had a prayer video that I watched the other day. And she has a free app called Real Talk Kim Go. Spaces in between, but it's an app. And she sends these encouraging notifications, which is amazing, right? And all these other things. And she was sharing that she was at a time in her life where God was telling her, encouraging her to bless people, because she didn't like people. She's like, I hated people. I didn't like people. And she said, I was the one who used to pray for my husband to get hit by a truck, my ex-husband to get hit by a truck. She was that gal. God definitely delivered her, and she is hilarious. But she was sharing that she was working at a makeup counter in some big store, and she knew she didn't want to do that anymore, and so she decided to give her management position up. And the lady that she gave the management position, all of a sudden started treating her really, really rude. And so she was instructed to buy her manager a pretzel, but she didn't want to buy a pretzel. In fact, she was praying that that the manager would choke on it, and so she had called her dad, and her dad's like, if you want the blessing that God is about to bring you, you've got to bless other people even when you don't feel like it. And so, long story short, she bought the pretzel, went back and bought the mustard, gave it to the manager, and she said that it changed things. It made the manager's day. So, God can bring negative, unhappy, toxic people in our lives to, I guess, if you will, test us to see what we're going to do, how we're going to respond, how we will react. And so, buy them the pretzel and the mustard. And don't skimp. And bless people. So, yeah. So, that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this Christmas Eve. I pray you have an amazing time with whatever it is you're going to do, traditions, family, whatever. If you don't have anywhere to go, just know that you are loved. If you don't have anyone, or maybe your family's in, maybe you were like me growing up in foster care, maybe you didn't get along well with your parents, whatever the case is, maybe you have maybe you don't feel, maybe you're having a tough time, maybe you've lost someone, maybe your kids are out of the house and maybe they're doing their own things, maybe they're in the military and they can't come visit. So I just want to say this to you. I love you. You're worthy of having an amazing time. You're worthy of having an amazing holiday. You're worthy of celebrating it however you choose. And I pray it's a healthy choice. And you're worthy of having relationships. You're worthy of love. You are worthy of being loved. And you are worthy of receiving it. You're worthy of giving it. And don't worry about how much money you have to spend. I don't care if you have 50 cents in your bank account. Just remember that you have a purpose here and you were designed to do great things. So that is my Christmas gift to you. That's all I have for you. Just a bunch of love. And I pray you have an amazing day today, tomorrow, and the rest of your life. Seriously. So, Isaac and Monica, thank you so much for joining me. And Christina, let me just go back here. Laurel, hello. Titus, Isaac, hello. Kelly, Karen, hello. Lucero, hello. And Miss Monica, I think I just said that. But, and whoever else comes on to watch the replay, please share this, because you never know where people are at in their lives. They could be, yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate you. Yeah. We're blessed to be a blessing. Amen. So, I love you. Have an amazing day. I'm going to go. It's freezing outside. Okay, bye.